Ladies and gentlemen, good day, it's Patrick from Oz, and welcome back to Madden NFL 23. And yes, this is a fixture release video. I decided to do a season 2 of the San Francisco 49ers. I don't know when this video is going to come up, but I will save it one day. Excuse me. So yeah, this is all what happened. The San Francisco 49ers had an undefeated season, but let's go in order of the wild card. Baltimore took down the LA Chargers by 6 points in overtime after surviving a comeback. Then we had Dallas taking on Philadelphia. In fact, they crushed Philadelphia by 21 points. We then had Miami comfortably taking down the New York Jets with a final quarter burst, leading by just 2 at one stage. They won by 17. And it was then Green Bay versus Minnesota in a nail biter. 2 NFC North teams. Then we've got Kansas City coming from behind and taking down Denver on the road by 4 points. And we had Carolina taking down the New Orleans Saints, another divisional match, or another rivalry match, NFC South. So yeah, we've got NFC East. Isn't it crazy? All of them are rivalry games. 5 of those 6 wildcard games are rivalry games. I think this one was a rivalry game. I'm not sure. And then we went on to the division round. We had Kansas City taking down Tennessee on the road, taking down the number 1 seed. You think, could they do it? Then we had San Francisco comfortably taking down Carolina by 21 points. We had Baltimore taking down Miami, as you would expect. And then we had Green Bay taking down Dallas on the road. And number 2 Dallas, I think they were the number 2 seed. And last but not least, we had San Francisco comfortably taking down Green Bay, going from start to finish. And we had Baltimore taking down Kansas City. That's where Kansas City's dream run came to an end. Dominating with the ball. Look how much time difference. And then we had to the Super Bowl. San Francisco getting to within 7 points. They had a chance to tie the score or even take the lead. But it was Baltimore with the game-winning interception. And then San Francisco got a touchdown point after back before a field goal sealed it for Baltimore. And San Francisco just ran out of time, so congratulations to the Baltimore Ravens. Let's see who we're going to be taking on in week 1 of the 2023-24 season. Before we go, let's look at the weekly awards. And yeah, just double checking the MVP. The season recap. See, this is the second season in a row where the team that scored exactly 20 points lost. This was last year's Super Bowl. And this was this year's Super Bowl. Alright, now the moments you've been waiting for. I normally don't do a recap before this video, but I'm going to do it anyway. Let's just upgrade our players. What am I doing? I clicked the wrong button. Anyway, let's go. Who gives a crap about the preseason? We're going to go to. Wait. No, I don't want to quit. Let's see who we said goodbye to. Let's see. What happened? Okay, we signed some free agents. This is good. This is good. Oh, we lost head coach Sammy Wagner. No. So he was our like defensive coordinator, wasn't he? Oh, so we've released quite a few. Okay. That's what we need to do. Let's advance to regular season. Let's see who we're going to be taking on. Alright, we made it, and we are travelling to Lumen Field for our first game of the home away season. This time we're on the road. For the second season, at least the second season in a row, we are going to be on the road. We'll be taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Before we get further into it, we are going to... Let's see, the schedule. What was the schedule? How did we do in the preseason? Alright, we won a close one against the Steelers. We end up losing to the Bills, but we took down the Jets. Alright, let's go to the league properly. Like the league proper. Alright, so to kick off the season, it's New England versus... Hang on. No, it's the Super Bowl champions, Baltimore, taking on Cleveland in the season kickoff. We've got a Sunday twilight game. It's going to be Seattle versus San Francisco. You can catch that game on Fox Sports West 2 Classic Fox Sports Fox. The Sunday night football game, it's Green Bay versus Dallas, a rematch of the divisional game on NBC. Then we've got two Monday night football games, both on ESPN. You've got New York Jets taking on Miami, and you've got Los Angeles Chargers taking on Kansas City. Then in week 2, and kicking off week 2 will be New Orleans versus Atlanta on Prime. And then on Sunday night football, it's the Super Bowl rematch that normally I don't get it in other Maddens, but we actually got a Super Bowl rematch. And this time we are going to be hosting the Baltimore Ravens. Prime time, yes please. You can catch that game on NBC because the NFL rocks on NBC. On Monday Night Football, it's Carolina versus Green Bay, both playoff teams, on ESPN. The next team to kick things off will be Chicago, and they'll be hosting Detroit on Prime, on Thursday Night Football on Prime. Then we travel to Philadelphia in week 3 to take on the Eagles. They were also a playoff team, so we've got a bit of a rough start to the season, except Seattle. Seattle's the only easy one to start things off. And you can catch this game right here on Fox. So we get a new opponent this time. And on Sunday Night Football, it's Tennessee versus Denver. Both were playoff teams last season. Not in real life, but in Madden. And you can catch this one on NBC. And on Monday Night Football will bring you Cincinnati hosting the defending Super Bowl champions Baltimore on ESPN. Week 4 kicks off with Las Vegas hosting Cleveland on Thursday Night Football on Prime. And then for the second time in 4 weeks, we'll be taking on Seattle. And that game will be on Fox. Actually, no, it will be on Fox. Yeah, it will be on Fox, but also on Fox Sports West 2, classic Fox Sports Fox. And on Sunday Night Football, it's New Orleans taking on Tampa Bay on NBC. And you got Monday Night Football between Tennessee and Indianapolis on ESPN. Week 5 will be kicked off by Houston, and they'll be hosting Las Vegas on Prime. And then Cleveland will be hosting San Francisco. That game, that Week 5 matchup, will be on Fox. On Sunday night, it'll be Carolina versus Tennessee on NBC. And Monday Night Football will bring you Pittsburgh versus Jacksonville on ESPN. Thursday Night Football will start off with Tampa Bay versus Chicago. And you can catch that game on Prime. Sunday Night Football, you've got Tennessee versus the Super Bowl champions Baltimore. The number 1 seed from the previous season taking on the Super Bowl champions Baltimore Ravens on NBC primetime. And Monday Night Football, you've got Washington hosting Miami. And that will be on ESPN. The San Francisco 49ers don't play that week. They don't play in week 6, so that means they'll have to play 12 consecutive weeks. Thursday Night Football will bring you Cincinnati versus Pittsburgh. Not really a matchup you want to see on a Thursday night on Prime. And on Sunday Night Football, the 2 number 1 seeds from last season. It will be San Francisco versus Tennessee. And you can catch that game on NBC. So we've got 2 primetime games so far, which is good. And they're up against strong teams. Strong AFC teams. Monday Night Football will bring you New Orleans versus Minnesota, the secret rivalry game on ESPN. Time for Week 8, and Chicago will once again open a Thursday night game, this time against Atlanta on Prime. And then you've got Week 8 with the Los Angeles Rams hosting San Francisco. And you can catch that game on Fox. Sunday Night Football will bring you Tampa Bay versus Carolina on NBC. And Monday Night Football will bring you 2 playoff teams, Denver versus the LA Chargers on ESPN. Kicking off Week 9 will be Cleveland, and they'll be hosting Cincinnati. Thursday Night Football on Prime. And then you got Sunday afternoon football for the second season in a row. The San Francisco 49ers will be hosting Washington. And this time, you'll be watching this game on Fox. Sunday Night Football, it's New Orleans versus Carolina on NBC. And on Monday Night Football, it's the Los Angeles Rams taking on Jaguar Gators, Jacksonville Jaguars on ESPN. Good luck. Oh, I skipped a week. My bad. Thursday Night Football will bring you Pittsburgh versus Houston on Prime. Then Sunday afternoon football will bring you San Francisco versus Arizona. You can catch that game on Fox. Sunday Night Football will bring you Tennessee versus New Orleans on NBC. And Monday Night Football will bring you Kansas City, the AFC runners-up, taking on Cincinnati on ESPN. As we head to Week 11 for real, kicking off Week 11 will be Washington versus Tampa Bay. Thursday Night Football on Prime. And then, Week 11, you'll be taking on Cincinnati. And you can catch that game on Fox. So Cincinnati on the road. And Sunday Night Football will bring you Philadelphia versus New York Jets. At the time, the Jets had never beaten the Philadelphia Eagles, but they've beaten them once now since then. And you catch that game Sunday Night Football on NBC. On Monday Night Football, it's the defending Super Bowl champion Baltimore Ravens taking on Miami Dolphins on ESPN. Week 12 should be Thanksgiving week if I'm correct, so we've got a plethora of games. It will be Detroit hosting Chicago. That game will be on CBS Sports. Then you've got Dallas versus Philadelphia on Fox. And then you've got Indianapolis versus Atlanta on NBC. And speaking of NBC, we have another game. We are taking on Carolina in a rematch of the divisional game and a rematch of a regular season game. But this time, Carolina will be the host, and it'll be Sunday Night Football on NBC. So we've got 3 primetime games so far, and Monday Night Football, and what the hell am I doing? What week is this? Week 12? Alright. Alright. Monday Night Football will bring you Minnesota versus Green Bay on ESPN. 6 weeks ago, here we go. Thursday Night Football will bring you Philadelphia versus the New York Giants on Prime. Sunday Afternoon Football will bring you San Francisco versus Pittsburgh. You can catch that game on CBS. So it's going to be our first CBS game for the season. It's also going to be only the second time, no, it's going to be the third time we host an AFC team, and the first time we're hosting them on a non-primetime slot. Sunday Night Football will be Green Bay versus Denver, 2 playoff teams from last season. Sunday Night Football on NBC, and on Monday Night Football, it's Dallas versus the Los Angeles Rams, a team that just missed the playoffs last season. Catch that game on ESPN. Week 14 will kick off between the New York Giants and New York Jets, a New York rivalry at MetLife Stadium. Thursday Night Football on Prime. Then you have a rematch of the NFC Championship between San Francisco and Green Bay. You can catch that game right here on Fox. And then you've got Sunday Night Football, Tampa Bay versus Tennessee on NBC. And Monday Night Football, another prime time between these two teams. Carolina versus New Orleans, first Monday Night Football on ESPN. For the final 4 weeks, here we go. First Night Football will begin another NFC North battle. Chicago versus Green Bay. First Night Football on Prime. Then San Francisco have yet another home game. This time 3 consecutive home games. And we'll be taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Another new opponent. And you can catch that game right here on Fox Sports. A rivalry in the making. And then Minnesota. On Sunday Night Football, Minnesota will be hosting Carolina on NBC. 2 playoff teams. Now Monday Night Football, it's Denver versus Miami. Another 2 playoff games. Another 2 playoff teams is what I meant to say. On Monday Night Football on ESPN. Alright, let's go to week 16. And San Francisco get their first Thursday Night Football game of the year. But this time it's in Arizona. And you can catch that game on Prime. Then you have Sunday Night Football between Dallas and Denver on NBC. And Monday Night Football between Jacksonville and Tennessee on ESPN. Looking at week 17, let's see. We've got Washington versus Dallas, First Night Football on Prime. And San Francisco get yet another home game, this time against the Los Angeles Rams. And you can catch that game on Fox Sports West 2, Classic Fox Sports Box, and also Fox. And Sunday Night Football is Carolina versus Tampa Bay on NBC. And Monday Night Football, it's Pittsburgh versus Cincinnati on ESPN. And last but not least, there'll be no Thursday Night Football. So let's see. It will be the New York Giants taking on San Francisco, and you can catch that game on Fox. And then the final Sunday Night Football game for the season will be Dallas versus Carolina. You can catch that game on NBC. So let's just take a look at the team schedule. So we travel to Seattle in week 1. We host Baltimore in week 2. We've got Philadelphia in week 3. We travel to Philadelphia in week 3. We host Seattle in week 4. We travel to Cleveland in week 5. We get the bye in week 6. We host Tennessee in week 7. We travel to SoFi Stadium against the Rams in week 8. Then we get 2 consecutive home games against Washington and Arizona respectively. Then we get 2 road games against Cincinnati and Carolina. Then we have 3 consecutive home games against the Steelers, Packers, and Cowboys. Then we travel to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Then we host the Rams. And in week 18 we take on Giants. So let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We get 9. We got 9 home games and 8 road games. Let's see. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so we got an extra home game. And I'm honestly happy with the schedule. We get to take on the Super Bowl champions, Baltimore. We get to take on a lot of playoff teams, but we get a tougher run. We get to take on number 1 Tennessee. We avoid Kansas City. So yeah, let's see. We've got big match against Baltimore, Tennessee, Philadelphia, Carolina, Green Bay, Dallas. This is good. We've got a great schedule. Thank you for the head pats, Blue Luma Gaming. How are you doing? Now, before we end this video, we are going to set our season goal. We're going to make the playoffs. That's going to do it. So before we get to the opening day keys, which will be another time, just recapping, the Baltimore Ravens have won the Super Bowl 30-20 against the previously undefeated San Francisco 49ers. So no undefeated season for the 49ers, which means the 1972 Miami Dolphins are the only team ever in real life to complete a perfect season. And that's going to do it for this video. I don't know when this is going to be uploaded, but who knows? This is Badger, and I'll hope to see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye for now. Okay, Blue Luma Gaming, you were saying, pretty good. Just took a shower after work. How's it about Sweet Badger? The game's been going well. Yeah, we played the NFC Championship, and we beat